This video, we're going to sort of test the enhanced autopilot that comes standard with this car, or with every Tesla. When I had purchased this Tesla, I had absolutely no idea to what extent this autopilot really works, you know? Does it only work on freeways? Does it work on highways? Does it work on city streets? Should I get full self-driving? I had no idea, and Tesla doesn't really cover this on their website. So we're basically gonna test this on city streets in Los Angeles and see, and really push the enhanced autopilot to its limits. What is it capable of? What isn't it capable of? So stay tuned, and please subscribe and sort of give us some feedback. We're a small channel right now, but we're trying to grow, and we're a channel basically for EV enthusiasts. So if you don't like Teslas and you like other EV brands, that's fine, because we're sort of trying to create a community of EV people and push sustainability. So here we go. Hey guys, so let's try to figure out how good autopilot really is. As you can see, we're on a city street and it's engage autopilot. You put the gear selector, you press it down once, it puts it in cruise control, then you press it down again, 1 second, you press it down one more time, and then now we're in autopilot as it jolts towards these parked cars. So already not a great start after just 1 second of having it on. Whoa, okay. So as you guys could see, the autopilot started freaking out. For some reason, it kept jolting towards the right-hand side. I'm thinking because this software needs sort of lines to follow. Now that there's cars around, it might do a little better of a job. So we turned it on again. Well, as you can see, it's moving towards the right. So we're gonna have to disengage autopilot. For some reason, I'm not quite sure why, keeps jolting towards parked cars. And there's no lines, but there's a line here, so it should know to follow this line. Autopilot, it's pretty obvious that it was just designed for highway driving and whatnot. This video was designed to just test the capabilities of autopilot. So now we're gonna be in the left lane. As you can see, I just switched lanes. So it's easier for it to sort of follow these lines. So I'm gonna engage autopilot again. Autopilot is engaged. It's set to 37 miles an hour. That's the autopilot symbol, the one with the steering wheel in blue. And let's see. We're crossing an intersection here. It's still following pretty well. Again, there's lines for it to follow, so it knows what to do. It's slowing down, because you can see that car was slowing down. So it's clear that autopilot, so far, here we come to a red light. Will it stop? Yes, it will. Okay. So as we can see, autopilot works well when it can follow two lines. When it was on the right-hand side, it kept jolting towards the parked cars. Maybe it favors watching or following the line on the right-hand side as opposed to the left-hand side. I'm not sure what this is or what that means, but it could explain why with freeway driving or highway driving, when you sort of reach the point where people are merging onto the freeway, the car always freaks out a little bit. And again, this isn't full self-driving. It does good at what it's supposed to do, but that's just an observation I had. So here we go. We continue driving straight. The car slows down very aggressively. That's interesting. Not too bad though. We are approaching a much bigger intersection than the one we had crossed previously. So let's see how it does through this one, because obviously there's a gap of no line, so how is it going to follow? Okay, it's getting confused. Oh, but it stayed straight. Wow, that was impressive. I don't know if you guys could see, but the wheels started moving left and right. I guess the car was, again, a little confused. But when in doubt, I think it just follows the car in front. So here we're coming to a slight turn. It did it. Wow. it take this turn. Not too bad. The lines are a bit faded, but it did it. Very impressive. Please don't hit this truck. Good job. This intersection is also a bit rough. There's a lot of lines. Wow, Tesla drove right through, no problems. Here we're going through a pedestrian crosswalk, no problems. Guys, I'll admit it, this has impressed me incredibly. I knew it would work on city streets to an extent, but its ability to sort of maneuver through intersections the way it does, where again, the lanes are basically cut off, is really incredible. Again, this is nothing near full self-driving. I'd feel way more comfortable in that, but the Autopilot, which I guess you could say is the broke boy version of full self-driving, works extremely well. Here's some additional footage of the Autopilot just doing its thing on the streets for those that are interested. Here we're coming to a turn in the middle of an intersection, which is a very interesting turn. Autopilot's got it. Wow. This is shocking. For being the complimentary Autopilot that comes with this vehicle, you guys really need this in your life. And I'm not saying this because I'm biased towards Tesla or anything, but the fact that it's this capable on city streets. It only messed up in the right lane, which is a disclaimer for sure. Guys, in summary, how good is the enhanced Autopilot versus the full self-driving? I've never experienced the full self-driving, but I can tell you this enhanced Autopilot works very well if you're in the left lane, or if you're in the right lane. If you're in the right lane and there isn't sort of lines or something on the road on the right-hand side, the car will get confused. So it seems as though the enhanced Autopilot relies on two distinct lines to keep it in check. These are pretty significant turns for city streets, and this Tesla is just handling it like it's nothing. Wow. That autopilot was so stressful. You already know where I did now. But I will say, this enhanced autopilot really did surprise me. I'm kind of embarrassed about saying this. I really thought it only worked on highways and freeways, I guess you could say, where you're basically just in a straight line for a long period of time at a constant speed. But it worked incredibly well on the streets. The only disengagements that I noticed, or basically when the autopilot absolutely freaked out, is when I was in the right lane and it sort of only had one reference line, as opposed to when you're in the left lane, let's say, and you have two reference lines. So basically, wherever you are, whatever type of driving you're doing, as long as there are two set lines, I think this autopilot would work incredibly well. And I think it sort of devalues full self-driving in a sense, because, I mean, sure, you have to do the turning and all that manually, but it does a phenomenal job at lower speeds, higher speeds, whatever, as long as it has two guidance lines. So that's it for this video. Please leave a comment. Please subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel, and we have a full build coming for this car, as mentioned in previous videos. Wrap, wheels, all this kind of stuff. So it's gonna be super cool. But yeah, give us some feedback. If you guys liked this video, if you guys thought it was stupid, whatever, we don't really care. But we really do care about your feedback so we can grow the channel and whatnot. So that's about it for this one. See you guys soon.